Okay, so are the Dolomites really all that?
You mean, are they worth the hype?
Yeah, basically. But
Yeah.
more specifically, are they really a year-round destination?
Ah, I see. So, like, you could go anytime and still have an amazing trip.
Exactly, and that's what this newsletter from Love to Visit Italy claims.
Hmm. Interesting.
Right. They're saying no matter when you go, the Dolomites offer a unique experience.
Okay, well, that's a bold claim.
It is. And I mean, just look at the way they describe the place, majestic peaks,
Lush valleys.
right? It's like they pulled out all the stops with the evocative language.
But do the activities and experiences back it up? That's the real question.
Exactly. So let's dig in and see what they have to say.
Okay, so they start by highlighting the Dolomiti Superski area.
The what?
The Dolomiti Superski area, it's a massive ski area,
Okay.
like the largest in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah, and not just in terms of size. It's known for catering to all skill levels.
Oh, that's good.
So you've got gentle slopes for beginners, and then challenging off-piste runs for the more experienced skiers.
Okay, so that covers the winter sports enthusiasts.
Right.
But what about those of us who are more into like cozy vibes?
Yeah.
Admiring the snow from a distance with maybe a hot chocolate in hand.
Oh, well, they mentioned the Christmas markets.
Oh, yeah. The Christmas markets.
Apparently, they're a big deal in the Dolomites.
And they're not like your typical holiday markets, are they?
No, they're much more elaborate.
Elaborate how?
Well, they talk about squares decked out in lights, handcrafted gifts, local delicacies.
Oh, wow.
They even recommend specific markets like the Bolzano Christmas Market.
Have you heard of that one?
I have. Yeah, it's supposed to have this very traditional Tyrolean feel.
Okay, that does sound pretty tempting.
Right.
It's interesting how they've presented winter as having both these high-energy activities like skiing
Yeah.
and then this more like cozy traditional vibe with the Christmas markets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It definitely speaks to their whole point about diverse experiences.
It does. But we've only really talked about winter so far.
Yeah, we've just scratched the surface of what the Dolomites have to offer.
Okay, so what else is in this newsletter? What about the other seasons?
Well, one thing that caught my eye was their mention of pasta grannies enjoying cheesy bread dumplings called Ganardil.
Wait, what? Pasta grannies?
Yeah, that's straight from the newsletter.
Okay, and what are canardilli?
Are these cheesy bread dumplings?
Bread dumplings.
Yeah, and apparently they're a staple in the South Tyrol region where the Dolomites are located.
Interesting. And the pasta grannies enjoy them.
That's what the newsletter says.
That's kind of adorable, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but tell me more about these canardilli, because I'm officially intrigued.
Okay, so they're more than just bread dumplings. They often have speck in them.
Speck. What's speck?
It's a type of smoked prosciutto.
Okay.
And there are apparently tons of different variations. Some are served in broth, others are pan-fried.
I could see that being pretty tasty.
Yeah, it sounds like a hearty, comforting dish.
Perfect for after a day of exploring the mountains.
Exactly, no matter the season.
Okay, that settles it. Canardilli are officially on my must-try list.
Definitely.
But so we're talking about these dumplings, which sound amazing,
Yeah.
but does the culinary scene in the Dolomites actually change much throughout the year?
It does. From what I gather, in the spring and summer, you see lighter dishes with fresh local produce, and then fall brings hearty game meats, and of course, those can meet or lively.
Okay, so the food is as diverse as the landscape.
Exactly. And it seems like each season really does bring something unique to the table, literally and figuratively.
I think you're right. We are seeing a pattern here.
We are. And it's not just about winter versus summer, it's about how each season has its own distinct appeal.
Right, and that's what makes the Dolomites stand out.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's not like go in the winter for skiing and then forget about it the rest of the year. They've cultivated this image of having something special in each season.
That's true. And I'm looking at the newsletter's top 10 places to visit in Italy list. And they've got several spots in the Dolomites region, but highlighting different things you can do.
Like what?
Well, Lake Garda, for example.
Oh yeah, Lake Garda. That's not exactly known for skiing, is it?
No, it's more of a warm weather destination popular for water sports and hiking.
Okay, so we've got the winter sports, we've
Yeah.
got the cozy markets, we've got the incredible food that changes with the seasons, we've got lakes, we've got hiking.
And they also mentioned the Trecima di Lavaredo.
What's that?
They're those iconic jagged peaks in the Dolomites, really popular with hikers and climbers.
Oh wow. Okay, so hiking, climbing lakes, food markets, skiing. I'm starting to get overwhelmed by all the options.
Haha, that's a good problem to have.
It is, but it also brings up an important point.
What's that?
The Dolomites might be great year-round.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean every season is perfect for every person.
Right. It's not just about whether to visit, but when to visit.
Exactly, and that's where personal preference comes in.
Exactly. If you're someone who loves the energy of festivals and bustling hiking trails, maybe summer is your time to shine in the Dolomites.
But if you're like me and you crave a bit more peace and quiet, then maybe those snowy slopes or the charm of the off-season are more appealing.
I see what you mean, and think about the difference in the vibe, too. Summer might be all about outdoor adventures and soaking up the sun,
Yeah.
whereas winter could be more about cozying up in a mountain hut after a day on the slopes and enjoying some Canederlei by the fire.
Okay, now you're just speaking my language.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the big takeaway here is that the Dolomites truly offer something for everyone.
I think that's fair to say.
But the key is to find the season that best aligns with your own interests and travel style.
I couldn't have said it better myself, and this newsletter has done a great job of highlighting all the different experiences available.
It really has.
But it also brings up a new question for anyone considering a trip to the Dolomites.
Which is,
Which season speaks to you?
ooh. I like that it's not just about checking off a destination.
Right.
It's about creating an experience that feels tailored to your own sense of adventure.
Exactly.
It's like choosing the right book.
Yeah.
You want something that's going to capture your imagination and leave a lasting impression.
That's a great analogy.
And that's exactly what this deep dive has done for me. I mean, I knew the Dolomites were beautiful,
Yeah.
but I had no idea they were this diverse and interesting year-round.
It's a reminder that even with popular destinations, there's always more to discover.
Absolutely. So for you listening, we're going to leave you with that question. What would your ideal Dolomites experience be?
Would you be hitting the slopes in the Dolomiti Superski area, bundled up and ready for adventure?
Or would you be sipping on vin brûlée at a Christmas market surrounded by twinkling lights and that festive atmosphere?
Maybe you'd be hiking through wildflowers in the summer, taking in those breathtaking views.
Or indulging in some delicious local cuisine no matter the season?
Right?
The Dolomites seem ready to offer whatever kind of experience you're looking for.
It seems that way.
But the key is to figure out what speaks to you personally.
Absolutely. And who knows? Maybe this deep dive has sparked an idea for your next adventure.
If has, we'd love to hear about it. Let us know which season you'd choose and what you'd be most excited to experience in the Dolomites.
Until next time, happy travels. Yeah, and it's not just a one-trick pony, you know.
Right, not just a winter wonderland.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, go in the winter for skiing and then forget about it the rest of the year.
Yeah, they've really cultivated this reputation for having something special to offer in each season.
They have. And you know what? I'm looking at the newsletter's top 10 places to visit in Italy list.
Uh-huh.
And they've got several spots in the Dolomites region, but they're highlighting all sorts of different things you can do.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, Lake Garda, for one.
Lake Garda,
What?
Yeah, that's not really known for skiing, is it?
No, not at all. It's more of a warm weather destination, popular for water sports and hiking.
Okay, so we've got winter sports, we've got the cozy markets, we've got the food that changes with the seasons, we've got lakes, we've got hiking.
And they also mention the Trecime di Lavaredo.
The what?
Trecime di Lavaredo. They're these really iconic, jagged peaks in the Dolomites, super popular with hikers and climbers.
Oh, wow. Okay, so hiking, climbing lakes, food markets, skiing. I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed by all the options.
Haha. Well, that's a good problem to have, right?
It is, but it also brings up an important point, I think.
What's that?
The Dolomites might be great year-round,
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean every season is the perfect season for every person.
that's a really good point. It's not just about whether to visit, but when to visit.
Exactly, and that's where personal preference comes in.
For sure. Like, if you're someone who loves the energy of festivals and tons of people out on the hiking trails, you know, maybe summer is your time to shine in the Dolomites.
Right, but if you're like me and crave a little more peace and quiet,
Yeah.
maybe those snowy slopes or the quieter charm of the off-season are more appealing.
I can see that and think about the vibe, too. You know, summer's all about outdoor adventures and soaking up the sun. But winter could be more about, you know, cozying up in a mountain hut after a day out on the slopes, maybe enjoying some of those cannerly by the fire.
Okay, see, now you're speaking my language. So I guess the big takeaway here is that the Dolomites really do offer something for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
But the key is to find the season that really aligns with your own interests and your own travel style.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And this newsletter has done a really good job of highlighting all the different experiences that are out there.
It really has.
But it also, I think, brings up another question for anyone who's thinking about a trip to the Dolomites.
Which is,
Which season speaks to you?
It's a good question, right?
It is. It's not just about checking a place off your bucket list.
No, it's about the experience.
Exactly. It's about creating an experience that really fits, your personality, your travel style.
It is, and that's kind of what makes travel so special, isn't it?
It is. It's like finding the perfect book.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
You want something that speaks to you, something that's going to capture your imagination and leave a lasting impression.
And this newsletter, I think, has done that for the Dolomites.
It really has. I mean, I always knew they were beautiful.
But I had no idea how much there was to see and do there year-round.
It's amazing how much variety they pack into such a, relatively small area.
It is, and it's a good reminder that even with these popular destinations, there's always more to discover.
Always. And it's up to us to go out there and find it.
It is. So for everyone listening out there, we're going to leave you with that question. What would your ideal Dolomites experience be?
Would you be hitting the slopes, all bundled up and ready for adventure?
Or would you be sipping on vin brûlée at a Christmas market, taking in the lights and the festive atmosphere?
Maybe you'd be hiking through fields of wildflowers in the summertime, enjoying those incredible views.
Or maybe just indulging in some delicious local cuisine no matter the season.
It's all there for the taking.
It really is. The Dolomites seem ready to offer whatever kind of experience you're looking for.
They do.
But the key is to figure out, what speaks to you, what really aligns with your interests.
What calls to your soul.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe this deep dive has given you some ideas for your next adventure.
Maybe it has.
If it has, we'd love to hear about it. Let us know which season you'd choose for your Dolomites trip and what you'd be most excited to experience.
Yeah, come tell us all about it.
And until next time, happy travels, everyone.
Happy travels!